What up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Y'all, in this video, I think it's probably most important that we talk about how to leverage what you're already doing or doing what you're already good at. Most of the time, people do things that they don't really like. Most of the time, people do things that they're not really too fond of doing. They do it for the money, they do it for the attention, they do it for validation, they do it because their parents told them that it was okay to, they do it because their friends around them are doing the same thing. But how to leverage exactly what you're good at is the way that you get ahead in life. The way that you actually find your way around life. How to get the advantage, if you will. Most of the time, people are trying to find ways that, it's just gonna get them by. You get a normal 9 to 5, but you're doing something that you're not really good at. So you're not really good at sales, but you heard that there's a lot of money in it. You heard that, if you get into the technology, then there's a lot. You start with a 6-figure salary. But the thing is that you're not really passionate about that, and you're doing all this schooling, you're putting all this time into it, but you're not really good at what you're doing, or you don't really feel passionate about what you're doing. Maybe you love art, but now you're in the technology field. So how do you mesh those two? If you really don't like technology, but you're doing it for the money, but you know that you love art, why are we not doing art? Because you can find the leverage to have your own creative abilities in that field. Same thing as, if you're really good with numbers and you start getting into investing or banking, then why are you not in that field instead of being a door-to-door salesperson? If you're really good at talking to people and really being good at sales, then why are you not putting yourself in a position where you're doing that? You be doing public speaking, you be doing content creation. The thing is that, like, for myself, it took me a little while to realize this because I do day trading, but the thing is that I thought also on the other side of it is that I'm really good with talking to people, I'm really good with sales, and like, what I ended up doing, I had a job opportunity to do door-to-door. And I was like, you know what, I'm really good with sales. I'm really good with putting myself out there, talking to people, probably be good connections. Like, let me just do it. And I went all the way to a different state, went to Kansas, did door-to-door for solar. And the thing is that what I realized is that I'm not really good with selling other people's product. I'm not really good with putting myself in position where I'm doing door knocking for someone else's product. But for my own business, I can be able to sell it as much as I want to, sell it as much as I want to, because I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about day trading, passionate about mentoring people. But the thing is, whenever I went and did door-to-door for solar, I don't really care about how many solar panels you need on your house. I don't really care about how many kilowatts you need. I don't really care about all these different things, but I was trying to try something new so that I feel like I'm not limiting myself, but I realized that that's not what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? So I had to leverage what I was already good at and stick to what I already know. And now, it's put me in a position where I feel like I'm ahead of the curve, ahead of the game, just because I've done what I love to do. Most of the time, I think a lot of people, they get stuck on what other people are already doing. They feel like they need to catch up. So you want to get into real estate because you see there's a lot of money. You want to get into content creation because people are somehow making money off of it. You want to get into maybe stocks or investing because you see that there's a lot of people making a lot of money off of it. There's people that's doing all types of stuff that's around the world, but they don't feel actually passionate about what they're doing it. They're doing it for validation, for money, for attention, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The way to get ahead is to be doing what you're already good at. That's how you leverage. That's how you leverage. Like, it's so simple. And the thing is, if you have to go to college to do that, then go to college and do that. But if you have to just learn the skill, kind of hone in on it, really practice it more and more, then just do that too. Because like public speaking, it's not like you just stand up in front of 1,000 people and be like, oh, I'm just gonna kill this. No, you gotta start with 100 people, start with 500 people, start scaling your way up. If you start doing something like a business and you're like, man, I feel very passionate about selling my own product, selling my own book, it's not like you're gonna have the bestseller off rip. You might, but you gotta learn how to scale, how to leverage, and how to get better at it over time. If you love to do music, you're not gonna create a big banger, that's gonna be #1 Billboard off your first song. You gotta kind of play around with it, see what people like, find your sound, find your vibe, and just kind of build from there. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of people in the world are, they're trying to figure out what they want to do, trying to figure out how to get ahead in life. How are people doing more than me, even though they're doing less? Or they're ahead of me, but they're doing less. That's because they're doing what they're passionate about. So that's why people say, when you're doing what you love, it doesn't feel like you're working. Granted, you're still working. Granted, you can still get tired, you can still have a burnout, but it doesn't feel like as much work as if you're going to 9 to 5, working all these hours, being super active, getting on calls, having conversations, going door to door if you're doing that, doing different sales. You're trying to do all these different things with different people, but really, you don't really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? The way that you leverage in the world is literally by doing what you're good at. Other thing that I would say that really, I guess, elevated me and my space of business is I learned that with a lot of people, they are willing to try something new. What that means is when people are trying to learn about day trading, for me, people are trying to find a way to escape what they're already doing because they don't like it. So a lot of the times people are willing to try something new to try to escape what they're already doing. And what that taught me as a person is if you're not doing something that you're passionate about, if you're not doing something that, could give you the freedom to do what you want to do, then it makes it harder to want to actually enjoy life. You're working at, you're working at Kroger, you're working at Walmart, and you don't enjoy it at all. So now you're trying to get into a different skill, different space to get you out of that. For me, because I do day trading, I'm allowed to, or basically I'm able to make money anywhere around the world. So when I tell that to people, they're like, there's no way that's possible. And now sometimes they want to get into it because they genuinely want to learn about day trading. They genuinely want to learn about how that's possible, how to do it. Other people just hear the dream and they're like, that would be amazing that I could travel the world, still make money on my phone, still be able to know what I'm looking at in the market, still be able to make the right investments, stuff like that. And be able to, do what I do. Other times it's I want to be able to make a lot of money so that I can leave my job and I can pursue what I'm actually good at. So I want to leave my job so I can actually pursue making music. But right now I don't have the time to do it. Right now I want to leave my job so I can pursue getting into art or content creation because my job won't allow me to do it. My 9 to 5 takes up too much time. I don't make enough money for me to be able to leave and try to do that at the same time. So I think a lot of people have that kind of passionate desire to do certain things that God has already put on their heart to be good at naturally, but it just takes the right time, the money, and the effort to actually want to do it. That's where a lot of people rather have 2 of the 3, 1 of the 3, or none of the 3. If they don't have, you always have the passion, but the effort, you might not put the effort in, the money you might not have either, the time you might not have either. So you got to learn how to be able to leverage all of these things. That's what business people have already done to become successful. They found their niche, if you will. But yeah, man, I want to make a video because I think a lot of people in the world are trying to figure out their place. A lot of people in the world are trying to figure out how can I get ahead of the curve at a young age, at an older age? What can I do that's actually going to help me make a lot of money? What's going to put me in a position to be able to feel fulfilled with my career? When I tell people, hey, this is what I do, I feel proud about it. When I'm able to, I wouldn't say leverage, but when I'm able to actually do what I enjoy and what I'm passionate about, I actually enjoy doing it. I'm not doing it just because it's going to wind me down. It's because I can do it as a hobby. No, if you want to do it as a full-time thing, do it. If you want to do it as a side mission, if you will, do it. But if you're not going to do it at all, then how passionate are you really about it? If you're not going to put yourself in a position to grow in it, how passionate are you really? Right? And for me, I read this book. It's called Going from a 9 to 5 to from side hustle to main hustle to millionaire. That was the book I read. And that's when I learned I have to be able to turn my side hustle to a main hustle and then make a lot of money off of it. That's what I did for day trading. It's like, okay, right now day trading is just a side hustle. I want to make this a main hustle. I want to make this a main thing. And then I want to become a millionaire, billionaire, whatever that looks like that God would bless me with off of this. But it started with that book. That's what really expanded my mind, right? And so, right, whatever you're doing right now, figure out how can we make this a side hustle to a main hustle to a millionaire, if that's what you want to become, and just scale from there. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make this quick video, y'all. Just giving you guys a little game, giving y'all a little sauce, because that's what I had to learn when I wanted to become successful, when I wanted to grow truly, when I wanted to get to that next point in life. Like, what does this really, really look like for me to do something I'm passionate about, but still be able to see the success that I want to do? If you ever want to get into day trading, I'm the guy you want to talk to, I promise. My mentorship program, my website is called Alpha FRX. If you want to learn how to basically learn a skill that can teach you how to make money outside of your 9 to 5, I'm the guy that you want to talk to. But yeah, y'all, if y'all made it this far, I appreciate y'all for making it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, put it in the comments. What are y'all passionate about right now? And what are you going to do to actually make that a main hustle, if that's what you want to do? Appreciate y'all for watching, man. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. I'm gone.